This event is aimed partly at letting people know what's going on with spirituality in China, with religion in China. Our first event was in Richmond and dealt with Christians, the researchers of Christians in China over the last decade or so. And this evening we'll be looking at Taoist, Buddhist, and popular religious groups.
Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you Paul and the David Lam Centre for this wonderful collaboration. The festival was initiated in 2008 by a group of recent immigrants from Asia. The whole concept of Asia was inspired by the demographic change and the cultural transformation happening in Vancouver, Canada, and also in Asia and the world. We see this era as a time of transformation, and as a new immigrants, we want to contribute and enrich the dialogue. So that's how this festival happened. In this festival, we show films that can reflect the dynamic cultural landscape and the diverse image of contemporary Asia. We want to show what is really happening there, and how we interpret the change, and how the change can relate to life here.
One of the producers and writer of the film you just saw, who can tell you a little bit about the experience of making the film, and perhaps about some of the motivations behind he entered the world of television in 1977 at the CBC, where he discovered editing and a love of documentaries. Our second guest, I'm very pleased that he was willing to come out this evening and share an amazing wealth of knowledge. Professor Daniel Obermeyer is an emeritus professor at UBC Asian Studies, and actually was my taskmaster through a master's degree and a doctoral degree, and by virtue of that demonstrated unbelievable depths of patience and care. And I owe him a debt of gratitude for all his time and help.
There are, of course, other forms of Buddhism and so forth as well, but that's a fair introduction to Buddhism in the film. Another point is the local or popular traditions, which I have been maintaining for some time, and more recently in my latest book, are themselves organized and have their own traditions and their own forms of institutionalization and their own beliefs, and they deserve recognition as one of the several major religious traditions in China. Indeed, they're the most foundational because they have the most participants, and they are the source of much else that we know of better from the outside in the history of Chinese religions. So the local community religion, which is mentioned in the film, is by no means a scattered residual phenomenon, but it's a core foundation for the whole world of religious practice and belief in China, and with traditions and beliefs of its own.
And finally, I'm very happy to welcome Jin Shi from Buddha Monastery, who's kindly come down to help us out tonight, giving us a perspective from a practitioner's, the life of a practitioner. And Jin Shi actually was very helpful with some of our SFU students, and came out to a seminar on Chinese religion that I was conducting last year, and the students were very pleased and impressed with what they heard.
Did you have to pay them money in any way to have this, to carry on the work that you came to do? Did you have to pay some kind of a government tax, written or unwritten?
That's very perceptive. The government official who was accompanying us, we had to pay them a fee because they were working for us, ostensibly.
While we're on this topic, may I interrupt? This situation is more difficult, of course, when you have a group of filmmakers or reporters coming in But I should stress that for ordinary scholars such as me and many others like me and before me, who speak Chinese fairly well, to get in there and work with Chinese colleagues by prior arrangement. And once we get on the ground level and working with our colleagues, we could go pretty much anywhere and talk to whomever we wished. There were some arrangements were necessary, but beyond that, we could just take off and go.
Sir, you had a question?
I've grown up with Chinese religions all my life, and I never really paid attention about the folk religion until I saw the film. I was like, wow, that's interesting, because I always thought, oh, it's all like this broad umbrella of Buddhism. So could you please clarify for us a little bit of background information about what Buddhism really means? Is there one Buddha, or is there multiple Buddhas, or what is Buddhism?
Oh my goodness. Ask her.
Yeah, just a really broad view,
She's
right?
the expert. No, yeah. He wants to know what is Buddhism.
I'm the one to answer.
Yeah. You're the professional Buddhist.
Well, Buddhism is the teaching from the Buddha. And actually, Buddha is not one person's name. If you check out the Indian dictionary, Buddha means to be awakened. So it means that whoever got awakened, he deserved the title of Buddha. So every one of us has the opportunity to earn the title Buddha. So the Buddha just teach the way how he become Buddha to us. So I think the Buddhism just teach us how to develop our inherent wisdom, how to get rid of our delusion, ignorance, and to get completely awakened.
I'm curious about, because I noticed that folk religion in the film anyway shows a lot of rural China. And I'm curious about class and religion and what, I don't know the class system in China. So it's like, if you have more money, what kind of religion would you follow? That kind of thing. Like, is there not just money, but education and your background, where you come from, does that tie to what kind of religion you follow? Or the city people, what kind of religion is more popular there than in the rural area?
No, that's a very good question. In the old days, of course, this is why everyone participated in this local community religion, from the higher levels of the gentry down to the lowest peasant in the economy. Everybody was, even the emperor was a participant in the same type of religion of worshiping imperial ancestors and worshiping the gods that protected the state, just like the farmer worshiped the gods that he believed protected his pigs and crops. Same basic ideas. But then, of course, when Western-style education, originally transmitted from Japan, came into China in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, then the whole new intellectual class developed that was influenced by these basically foreign ideas, and that led to sharper splits between the educated intelligentsia and the older, old-fashioned people, including the old gentry, not just the farmers.
5 seconds left. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to the three of you for making